Component number 5 is tracking. If you want to be successful, you must track. There's a famous saying from the late Peter Drucker, what doesn't get measured doesn't get improved. You need to track. How do you know how well you're doing if you're not tracking? But if sports, they didn't track, how would athletes know how well they're doing? You have to track. If you didn't track how far you just say you're driving somewhere on the GPS, there's no tracking, how would you know how close you are to your goal? Without tracking, it gets very discouraging. You have to track. Track the DMO. One of the things that saved me, I was a total disaster when I first started. And this is the same. Every master was a disaster, and I was a total disaster. But consistency creates mastery. That's why I'm so grateful for consistency. I was a total disaster. It took me 42 people to get my first sign up. 42 people. And one of the things that got me going, kept me consistent, was I had a mentor that told me, 1 out of 100, he said, Simon, even if you're the biggest idiot, you have no idea what you're saying all the wrong things, if you present to 100 people, one person would join. So when I was 0 for 30, 0 for 35, 0 for 36, it didn't bother me. My first 10 was, I couldn't even get past the phone to say hello. I was so nervous. It didn't bother me because my mentor told me 1 out of 100. That was my tracking point. So I was track my numbers. And I realized when I got to 35, 36, I was pretty close. I just couldn't close. So make sure you track your numbers. Tracking is so important. What to track? Here's some things you can track. Track the DMO. What's the number of new people did you reach out to? Number of new contacts did you actually connect with? Number of invites you sent. The number of follow-ups you did. The number of videos or presentations you did. And then the number of new customers and signups. The results. What's the number of new customers and signups you got? And then you can figure out an average of what you are, how good you are. And the more you invest in yourself, the more you work on yourself, these numbers will get better and better.